Recently I was working a cycling camp, so much fun, loved it. And I had the opportunity to ride with several different athletes. And some of them asked me to give them feedback on their pedaling and positioning. So there were two women in particular, and I looked at both of their pedaling styles. They both looked super solid on the bike. There was really very little I could say to help them improve their pedaling. The biggest difference was what they were doing with their knees. So one woman, if I looked at the top tube, her knees were kind of spaced far away from it. So they were almost splaying out a little bit. The other woman, when I looked at the top tube, her knees were almost brushing the top tube. Every body is different. So what your body wants to do might be different from someone else's body. Maybe the woman with the wider stance on the bike with her knees, maybe her hips were literally wider, maybe her bones are positioned slightly differently in her hip sockets than the other woman. So to both of these athletes, I gave them kind of similar advice. I basically told them, this is what I'm seeing, this is what you were doing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You're obviously very strong on the bike. You have no aches or pains. I don't want you to change that. But just be aware of what you're doing and know that if you get tired, you could change the position of your knees. So for the woman with the wider stance, she could bring those knees in, and maybe that would unlock some more power. It would help her feel a little bit more comfortable at times if she's fatiguing in that wide knee position. Same with the woman who had a slightly knock-kneed position. If she taps into and trains that wider stance at times, that could just give her one more tool in her toolkit to rely on when she's fatiguing. And so a couple takeaways I want you to learn from this. First of all, there really isn't a right or wrong. There are just different ways to pedal, and they might be appropriate at different times. So please be aware of how you pedal. Practice different positions, practice different things, not because I want you to change anything, not because it might be the better way to pedal. Honor what your body has settled into. That is what your body prefers, but please explore and be ready to tap into other ways when it could be useful.